Hello and welcome back to Sabre Outdoors. My name, of course, is Mark Alexander, your wonderful host. And guys, today we are putting bobbers versus bobbers. Guys, we're gonna see which one of these bobbers is best. So this is the classic red and white bobber. These are Ozark Trail bobbers, but they make them in a ton of brands, different types, different sizes. I have, how many do I have? 5. I have five in this. They're 1.5 inch floats, corks, bobbers. What is your word for these? I want to know. Put it down in the comments. But on the other side of our competition, we have these here. These are foam bobbers. Now, these do not have weights upon them, and these only come in 2 packs, and they're more expensive than these, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a minute since I bought these. But guys, what I want to know is pros, cons, how breakable are they, because that's always fun. That's actually going to be the cheapest portion of our test. And guys, are they worth your time? Is this the deal or this the deal? But guys, I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up. We're going to first off just make sure they float to begin with. So come along with us as we figure that much out. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to do, I have all of our bobbers on a single line, and I've got a little space in between each one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set them in the water, and I'm going to make sure that they all float. Because if they don't float to begin with, well, that's pretty awful. Just being plain on that. I'm just going to take and gently flip them out here. And it appears like all of them are floating, so yay us. So that means we're at least starting with bobbers that work. Spoiler, all of these bobbers will not work by the end of this video. But what is going to work is our next test. So let's go get to it. All right, guys, so our first actual test, you can see I have our bobbers both on there. They're both going to experience the same kind of forces. I'm going to reel it up to the very tip of this 7'6" rod, and I'm going to drop it plumb down onto the grass, and we're going to see how they handle that. So I'm going to do that 5 times. You're going to see it a lot faster than I'm going to do it. Drop 2, drop 3, drop 4, drop 5. All right, guys, so this is just grass. So let's go see how our bobbers did compared to one of another. Let's go put them in the water. Keep in mind, that's just grass. It's hard, compacted dirt underneath that grass, but it's just grass. So let me get you all set up. Let me put you all where you're not directly looking at the glare. And we're just going to put them out there and give them, oh, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. They're still floating. So on that real easy test, didn't either of them break, didn't either of them ruin, but the next test might do it. Don't run off. All right, so our next test is going to look a lot like our previous test, but down below is nothing but pure, ugly gravel. So again, we're going to lift our rod all the way to the top, reel it all the way up, and we're going to drop it. And guys, we're going to do that 5 times and see how it holds up. Woo. That's not healthy sounding. That's 3, 4, 5. All right, guys, I do not know if that white and red bobber will survive, but we're gonna go put it in the water and see what we have. All right, guys, let's give it a 10-second deal just like we did before. Just 10 seconds sitting out there on the water. See if either one of them just sinks. I don't see no bubbles. Let's give them a look. So far, bobbers are both doing good. The foam bobber, of course, it's solid. Short of running it over with a truck, it probably would be all right. Now our next test, we're gonna do it right here. So what we're gonna do is, there's some people that have a terrible habit of, they will get their rod going and they will whack the water hard. So I'm gonna do that 5 times with both of these bobbers. I'm gonna hope my line doesn't break, but I'm gonna get me plenty of line out, and I'm gonna whack this thing 5 times hard on the surface of the water. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and there's no point in doing a test on this one. She's separated. Now our other bobber's not unharmed. You can see some of the paint starting to come off of it, but let's see if it'll float even with this other on the bottom of it. So let's just, yeah, floats just fine. All right, guys, so 1 bobber down. Let's go get us another one and do some more tests. All right, guys, so plastic red and white bobber, already lost 1. So I have this nice convenient rock wall here, and I live in an area where there are a ton of rock walls, of gravel walls, of dam walls, of solid things that somebody might be like, well, let me see how close I can get to it. Well, we're gonna get real close to it, because 5 times in a row, I'm gonna take this nice big long rod of mine. I'm gonna take it. You can see we've got a fresh bobber on. The other one's the same one as always, because it's still got that paint missing. And we're just gonna take and throw it against them rocks. 1. She's a little tangled, but that's all right. 2. I don't think the red and white bobber's gonna make it, but we're gonna complete this test for that other one, because we need to know. 3. Well, we ain't got no more white bobber. It broke off. But let's give our foam bobber one more try at it. And that's 5. Now, I know there ain't no point in testing that red and white bobber, but let's go make sure this still floats and works. You see, it's tangled pretty good, but both ends of it's still attached to my line. Let's go put it in water and see if she still floats. All right, guys, we got our bobber here. Let's set her in the water and see if she still works. Floats like she always did. As they say, floats like a cork. Doesn't even seem like I've done anything to it. So guys, let's see what our next test looks like. All right, guys, so fresh bobber, same old bobber. You can see it's beat up pretty good, but that original orange bobber is still a-going. And guys, this next test is gonna be one that is extreme, very extreme in fact. I am going to take my pickup truck and I'm gonna run both these bobbers over with it. So let's see what the difference is after that. And also, you're gonna get some crunch footage. All right, guys, I'm gonna put you all down almost on the ground. I'm gonna crank up and I'm gonna run them both over. right, so neither of them are looking super hot. So let's go see if they will still float, either one of them. You don't think I would deny you the satisfaction of seeing them come out of the ground, right? Let's see how they do. So, popped out, no problem. But our red and white bobber did not. Oh, I don't think it survived very well. So guys, no point in checking that one, it's busted. And I just missed the bed of my truck. So I'm gonna go pick that up, and then we're gonna see if the other one floats. Now before we get down there, look how flat that dude is. But she's holding on still. Let's go see if she still floats. I don't know if she still floats or not, but you know, if you thought this was pretty interesting, pretty funny, whatever, you can get a subscription. A subscription is free, or you can get a membership. Those are only $5. And speaking of $5, do you think this is worth $5 now that you've seen how tough they are? Let's flip her out there and let's see if she's still floaters or if she sinks. So guys, you can see she's still out there floating her way along. So guys, let's go to the most extreme test, and then we're just going to go to one that I just want to try and see if I can do. All right guys, so you've seen me do a lot of dumb stuff to bobbers today, and I'm going to keep doing more of it. So what we're going to do, I have my Vaughn 28-ounce rigger's axe, and guys, I have a piece of wood that I'm going to let you all see in a minute. I'm going to take both of our bobbers. I am going to put my handle on this piece of wood and then let it drop onto these bobbers 5 times, because that's been the standard we've been doing. And on the 5th time, I'm going to drop that side on it so we can get a nice death, hopefully. But let me get you all looking down at the board and we will get to our test. So right here is our thing. Let's put our potential death victim right there. Now we're gonna make sure that she's gonna hit 5 times. Okay, there's 1. That was a glancing blow, but we're gonna count it. 2. That was a good one. 4. And here's the money shot here. Let's see if she cuts it in half. Nope, she just scraped out from under it. So guys, there's our first test done. Let's get our other bobber into the strike zone. Won't have to worry about this one rolling away. All right, 4 with this and then 1 with that. So let's get it where we can get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the hatchet shot. A glancing blow, but you can see we still got a good nice piece of it. Let's go see if both of them still work. I kind of believe this one won't. But let's go put them in the water and see how they do. All right guys, I don't think it's any mystery that this separated bobber's not floating, but let's make sure this is going to stay together for a regular old cast. Yeah, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Guys, this bobber has survived being swacked on this water, dropped on grass, dropped on gravel, thrown at a rock wall, slapped against the water, and hit with a hammer and a hatchet. And by the way, I don't know what kind of line I have on this, but I wish I had a 1,000-yard spool of it, because the line survived it too. But guys, let's go to our last thing that I'm going to try. All right guys, so our last thing, and I just want to see if I can do it. I'm going to see if by hand I can take this bobber and break it. Just with my hands. I'm not gonna hit it against anything. I'm not gonna push against anything. I'm just gonna see if I can put this in my hands. And I don't know if you heard that pop, but easily popped her open. These bobbers are garbage. And it's not just because they're Ozark Trail brand. It's because they're this style bobber. Guys, I have a gap wide enough to play Pac-Man with. Don't do it. Guys, you saw, we only had 2 of these to begin with. 2 of these foam bobbers. 2 of these foam bobbers were enough for me to do all of our tests and not even touch our last bobber. And I'll try to do what I just did to the other. So I'm gonna put my fingers together and I'm gonna, oh no, that hurts. No, that ain't gonna work. This, I mean, come on guys. It didn't even smash it flat with a truck on top of it. What'd you expect from me? I don't even think I'd chip the paint. But don't have to worry about being nice to those bobbers. They will work no matter what you do. Guys, this was honestly going to be a basics video, but you all have shown me in the past you don't like basics videos because they're basic. But I hope that you enjoyed this Versus series. And guys, if you are buying bobbers, buy foam bobbers. If you're buying a kit for a child, teenager, friend, include those bobbers to replace those plastic bobbers. Because I don't care if they're orange and yellow, I don't care if they are red and white, white and red, blue and polka dotted. I don't care if they glow in the dark, rattle, anything. They're not as good as a foam bobber. A foam bobber you saw took an immense amount of abuse. And the line, I didn't even have to put it back on the line, guys. I literally bashed it against a wall, ran it over with my truck, bashed it against a bunch of rocks, gravel, against the water, and none of those things did that plastic bobber survive. But it did survive. That foam bobber did survive. So I hope that this has been an informative video for you. I hope that if you enjoyed this video, you will want to like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification. And guys, memberships are $5. I would very much appreciate it if you got a membership. But if you want to do the free 99 thing, subscribe. It is very important at this time. But in the meantime, I guess all I have to say is thank you so very much for watching. We'll see you somewhere in the woods or on the water.